Hello, good evening. It's time for another Shine at 9. This time it is episode 14. And for episode 14, it is entitled Digital Marketing. And today we'll be focusing on social media managers tell all. So today it's a different program where we won't be discussing or educating much regarding the topic of social media. However, what I've done is I've invited a few of my very good friends to come together tonight, and we shall hash it out and talk about the life and the world of social media managers. If you think this is going to be boring, I am actually doubting that. I think it's going to be an interesting program because there are 5 of us tonight, and each one of us have got interesting, unique experience when it comes to social media management. Yeah, so I'll bring them in right now. So this is Adele. She
Hi,
is
everyone.
the co-founder of Digital Fix Folks. This is Kamarul. He is the owner and founder of Creative Mojo. Here is Brian. Brian is also better known as GoFry, and he owns GoFry.com. Yeah, we've got a 5th dude, but he's a little bit late. He's coming in soon. I will introduce him when he comes in. Yeah. All right. So, hello, guests, friends, fellow compatriots. Imbaraj is here. Wonderful. Hi, Imbaraj, you're live already.
Hi. Sorry.
Owner of Pixelworks Creative. Okay, so what we'll do now, each of you will have like 30 seconds to a minute to just do your self-introduction, yeah? Because I'm just too lazy to do introduction to 4 of you. All right, let's start with Adele. Adele, go ahead.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. So I'm a co-founder for a very small mini agency called Digital Fix Folks, which I service small, medium business owners, as well as I train. And I'm currently training for a specific Google program, which everyone is invited to because it's completely free for everyone as well. Yeah.
Okay, Kamarul, you're next.
Me? Okay. Basically, well, I'm a social media manager and also graphic designer, photographer, web developer. I don't know, everything under the roof for IT. And well, I'm currently the owner of Creative Mojo. So we do graphic design and also social media management and digital marketing for SMEs and probably, much bigger companies in future, hopefully.
Wonderful. And Brian, GoFries, Mr. GoFries?
Yes, so I started off as a company doing web design. As you know, technologies evolve. One thing led to another. Customers have various needs. Went into photography, then later on into social media and so on. And today is pretty much a company that has a diverse range of service, but primarily I'm focusing on the helping brands get their presence online if there's a need. Like the many brands I have in touch with. Well, if they have a need, I'm there.
Wonderful. And Imbaraj, tell us about yourself.
Hi, so I run Pixelworks Creative, which is a digital agency. We started with web design, apps, and now we are into social media. We also do production, video production, photography, the whole works. So anything in the creative space, we pretty much do.
Okay, all right. So 4 of the guests here and myself, I've been in social media management for about 10 years now. My social media company is actually called Search Connection, and I rarely serve clients right now, but because of the decade-long experience, I got to know these 4 wonderful people. And yeah, we've got some horror stories to share tonight. Kamarul is especially delighted to be sharing some horror stories. All right, let me ask the audience here. All right, I can see a few of you are already here. Click like, say hello to us. Don't let us talk amongst ourselves only. And if you don't mind, click on share, post a watch party for us, yeah? All right, let me ask you a question. What professional job, or profession or job do you think goes underappreciated? This is to the audience, yeah? And what if I tell you that social media manager ranks right about there, So actually, this is the reason why I brought together a group of us. Tonight's show is going to be really different. Tonight, the biggest show yet because I've got 4 guests. And we'll be talking on a topic I'm really hot about. I really love this topic. It's going to be a whole hour tonight of trashing, laughing, and sharing about what we know about the world of social media management. And in total, between the 5 of us, I believe, right, we have served over 200 clients. I think so lah. Brian is about 12 years in Barrage. How many years are you in the industry or in Barrage?
Yeah. Now it should be about more than 15 years.
Too long.
You see, 15 years, right? You were just talking behind the scenes just now, right? I was thinking maybe I put a ballpark figure of 300 clients among all of us. Mungkin ada lah, maybe got lah. Okay, so let's begin with the first question that I have for each of you. Yeah, each of you have to handle this question. As a social media manager, what job do you like most in that scope? Ladies first, Adele.
Okay, awesome. For me, I would say like the creation of content is definitely my best part, or like the most exciting part of it for me. And being able to organize and also adapt to different business owners and their environment, their entire brand aesthetic is very, very satisfying for me, just because, the ability to be able to adapt is one skill, and the ability to essentially like mirror your own creative aspect as well as the brands. So that's really exciting for me. So yeah, the content creation would definitely be one of it. Yeah.
Right?
Definitely goes with the content creation part, but it does have its challenge as well. Content creation, your ideas is one thing, but the client's idea of how things should be is definitely another. I'm sure all of you will face the same thing. It's going to work. This is the right way to do it, but I want certain way, and okay, never mind. Yeah.
That is very true.
What do you like about your job scope as a SMM?
Oh,
So you're asking me?
The audio went out a bit. Who is it
Went out a bit,
referring to?
Yeah.
What do you like most about your job as a social media manager?
You're asking Kazwan or me?
Yourself in Barrage.
Okay. For me, I think it's the overall strategy. I love to sit with clients and find out what they really want to achieve, and then coming up with the right direction. Because the content part, usually I leave it to my team to handle. I mean, we come up with the overall strategy, and then we plan the content, right? So I do work on some content as well. Then I have my team work on the graphics, the copywriting, and then the video production and all that. But I really love it when we do a direction for a client and it works, and it actually turns out as we expected. I mean, that's the best. Of course, it doesn't work all the time. As you know, social media is very dynamic. So, but when it hits the right spot, I think that's my favorite moment.
Yep. I'm smiling so bright. I can imagine moments like that in my past life. Kamarul, yourself, what's your favorite part?
Favorite part is actually meeting new people, getting to know new clients, getting to know new kind of work and project that we are doing, because not all the time you get the same one, or same projects, same based on technology, based on food whatsoever, but you get to meet various kind of clients, doing new things that you don't even know of, and by the end of the project you kind of like learn something new in the process. After doing everything, you just learn something new. So to me, it's like that learning curve, or that moment when you start learning is what I like best about it. So you learn something new every day, right? So that's something like that.
I agree with Kamarul. For me, right, I enjoy, because of diverse, I don't have a niche. I don't serve a specific industry. So I actually had a client in the footwear retail manufacturing. And then I've got a client who sells ice cream in shopping malls. So I learned so many things. I even had a football association kind of thing. So yeah, the learning is amazing for a social media manager. Yeah, that one I have to agree. I understand what Imbaraj is saying as well. For an agency owner, you talk about the strategy with your clients. And then the joyful part is that when the client is being so picky, like what Brian is saying, you leave it up to the team to figure it out. that's the best part. Yeah.
I think about the content part. The challenge would be like some they don't have a particular direction. Now that's the most difficult part.
Yeah.
Branding as well.
What's your direction? And don't know, everything don't know. Okay, we do what you can for you.
correct. I've had troubles with a client who doesn't have branding, doesn't have logo they had, but they don't know their corporate colors. They don't have a direction for their designs or their products. Yeah. So as
I
a
completely agree with you. Yeah.
third party, how do you guys
I
handle?
think usually it depends on the size of clients as well, right? Like some of the bigger clients, usually they have everything on paper. They have their brand
Yeah.
guidelines. They already have consultants who tell them what direction to go and all that. Smaller
Yeah.
clients, when you work with SMEs, even startups, that's the challenge. Because like you said, right, they usually have a logo. They don't have a brand story. They don't have a direction. And every project they do, they treat it as an individual project. They work in silos. They don't have like an overall strategy. So those clients are a bit more challenging. And if they can afford you, of course, then you can do all these things for them. But these are things that by right they should already have, right, before they even come to people like us. You want to do a social media campaign, but I can't be doing the whole brand story for you before I do your social media campaign if you're only going to pay me for
Yeah.
social media campaign, right?
Yeah,
So I think
correct.
those are some of the challenges with the smaller clients. But to me, I'm a bit picky with the clients I work with. So if the projects is the project or whatever they're doing is really interesting, then I don't mind because I want to be part of that. So I'm willing to, go do a bit extra because I want to be also part of what they're doing if it's cool enough. But if it's, if it's something boring and they don't have the right budget, then I don't really have that extra push to, to go out of my way to do these things.
Motivation.
I actually completely agree with you in Barrage. I feel like somehow when I just started, my whole digital marketing career, it was more of like, in order to garner more experience, it's like, okay, being able to take in more clients. But now, 4 years later, I'm super choosy with my clients. It's times have changed in that way. It's more of like, instead of them just choosing you, I'm also quite choosy in that sense because I feel like the first vibe that you are able to get when you have that first meeting with your client is enough to tell what to expect and how this is going to go far. And it's enough for you as like a digital marketer to actually like understand if this is a client I want to work with or if not, that kind of thing as well. Yeah.
That's true. Ryan, you look like you have something to say.
I think it's worse when clients don't exactly understand how social media works, but have an
Oh,
huge expectation.
don't get me started.
Managing expectations versus the pay versus everything else. I'm sure you guys have your story too.
For my team, we are lower on video production. But the thing is, that since like 3 years ago, video has been the top trend, and everybody want to get on board with that. And video production is not something you do chinchai, If you produce a video, apart from Boomerang, you want it to be of good quality. And my team, we don't have a video guy. Yeah. Kamaro, you look like you have something
Yep.
to share as well.
Yeah, I mean, video content has been currently is very popular. Yeah, it has been popular all the while, and was kind of video nowadays, or probably the one that I don't quite like is all the I don't know what I think TikTok, but
Who's on TikTok?
okay,
Who's offering that?
what
No, I
I
don't
don't
know
know.
TikTok.
Has anyone here
TikTok is a
charged
good
for a TikTok
platform.
video?
For what video?
No,
Has anyone here charged to produce a TikTok video?
No, I don't
No.
touch TikTok.
Just wondering because I wouldn't know how to charge for something like that, right?
Anyone here offering LinkedIn?
Just checking.
LinkedIn service. Anyone here
LinkedIn?
offering?
again,
Thingy
your
video.
the sound.
LinkedIn.
Oh,
She's asking if any of you guys doing work on LinkedIn.
anyone
Oh,
offering
LinkedIn, yeah.
LinkedIn?
No.
No.
For me, I tried, but I feel like it didn't work for me. And also, I feel like I can get the same audience in Facebook. So if I can get the same audience, I can reach the same audience on Facebook. I feel like it's just redundant to do it on LinkedIn. Unless I think if you're doing something very specific to LinkedIn, maybe. So far, I haven't had a campaign that required something very specific to LinkedIn. So if I can, between Instagram and Facebook, if I can cover my audience or go to Twitter if necessary, I think I pretty much can cover all the audience that I want to reach, right? So I don't really need LinkedIn so far. But I think if it's a recruitment related things,
Yeah.
then LinkedIn might be really effective.
Yeah.
So far, I haven't worked on any campaign like that. I don't know about you guys. Maybe you have done something on LinkedIn.
never touch LinkedIn, but I do have a few B2B clients that I do recommend that they go onto LinkedIn, especially their CEO, because their CEO does the PR interviews and all that. But again, I don't offer the service. This was back then last year. Okay, we'll stop for a while just to get a client's client. See lah, already talking about client. Audience interaction. Karuku is saying that I wish I could choose my clients. Karu, if you don't mind sharing a little bit about your scenario, perhaps these guys here can give you like a tip or two about ways to choose your client. Because back then, right, I'm
Karu
not
is
one
big
who
boss lah.
mana tahu lah.
This
Tahu
fella,
is the problem.
he
Who
don't
knows
want
that?
to choose his clients because his clients all too big. So
Karu
he
is
just take
big
only.
boss.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I can't help you.
Clients
They
all
know
too big.
you.
He just
They
take
want
only.
you. They don't want me to help you. Okay, fine.
Ignore him. Take out his comment.
Okay, remove comment, remove. Shazawati, I love video, but editing it takes crazy hours. Betul. That's why my team dulu avoid.
So that's why you always hire somebody to do it.
Yeah, if I knew Embarrass back then, I would hire him also. Yep. Okay, I know we know this guy. Most of us know Christopher. TikTok videos finally.
Famous guy.
Also big boss.
Big boss ini.
Boss got another comment on LinkedIn. More personal branding lah, difficult to build for brands. Betul lah. But maybe that's because I'm limited with my skill set lah. I have to admit it lah. Yeah, advice boleh. But if you ask me to run the thing, tak boleh lah. Sorry.
No, I think it's true. Like what Christopher said, right? For personal branding is very good. So if you want to brand yourself as a CEO of a company, then it's good. But I don't think an agency can do that for you. That is something you have to do yourself.
Yeah, but there are agencies offering it, yo.
Yes. But I feel like that it's always not genuine enough.
Not so authentic.
Like people have asked me whether they do personal. I mean, I've run personal branding workshops before, teach people how to brand themselves on social media, right? Like if you're a politician or an entrepreneur and all that. But I really don't think like an agency can do that for you. For a brand, yes. For a company, maybe for celebrities, it's a bit easier because you have an image that you can work on. But I think for entrepreneurs, CEOs, I think it won't be very genuine if an agency does it for you. And people will know, after a while, people can just see through that. They know
that was my biggest fear.
Yeah. I mean, even if your PA is updating your social media, I think after a while, people will figure it out that you're not updating it yourself, right? So I think if you're an entrepreneur, CEO, you want to do your branding, personal branding on LinkedIn, it's better for you to manage it yourself. I think that'll be the best way.
All right.
Pardon me as I do something. I'm just changing my earphone. It's not working very well. Sorry, Kamaro. Your idea not working too well for me. Okay. All right. Okay.
Hello.
I want to ask a very serious question. It's about clients who refuse to pay after you perform your service. So, how many of you collect payment after the month, or how do you plan for your payment? What's your payment credit terms like?
So for me, what I do is essentially I divide it into a 50-50, and I collect, half of it prior and half of it after as well. But with that, I also do like state some terms and conditions for, if I'm working on a web project, for example, there's no complete handover until the last 50%, based on, many experiences, which I believe all of us have also gone through. And there's always that issue of like, the client doesn't really know what they want. And then after months, they're looking at the website and then like, okay, we have this issue, so we're not going to release your payment, that kind of thing, which is very unfair. So, with that being said, over the years, the terms and conditions have been growing and growing and growing. But yeah, so far it's been for me 50-50. Yeah.
But that's for website development. How about for social media?
So what I do is right now I actually do it for social media as well. Prior to this, no. But now I actually do that for social media as well. It's best practice.
Okay, Kamaro, this is your favorite topic from the get-go. I was planning this episode. You were like excited about this topic.
Well, what you're asking is actually about getting payment at the end of the project.
Yeah.
All right.
No, you can share your experience about how you arrive at certain plan to collect your payment. Share about your
it's not really like that. It's more like the client, they are putting a price for us to do the work. Meaning we already done the work. Let's say a designer create a content for the client. They have to come up with 3 designs, and then the client will have to choose one. But this particular client, or rather a company, they are paying according to what you deliver. So you have 3 designs, you give them, they only choose one, and that one design, they are paying. Okay, you're not gonna you're gonna be shocked about the price what they're giving for one design. They just want to give 15 ringgit for one design. 15 as in 15. One design, because you did 3 designs. You give 3
So it's $5
samples.
per design lah.
Exactly, but the one that they chose, they only give
Should have
15
given
ringgit.
them the 15 ringgit and asked them to go find another designer.
What I did is just like, no, forget it. You just better find yourself, or you do yourself. You pay yourself 15 ringgit. So that until that kind of demand that they are making, they are so, what's the word to use? They are so arrogant, or they are so obnoxious that they're just putting the price, not our price. We as the freelancer, to them, we are the freelancers. We should have our own price, but they are giving us the price.
Mm.
So it's like, to me, it's like, oh my god, that is so ridiculous.
For
And
anything beyond writing a post, right? I mean, writing a post, sometimes some of us got the flair. We don't have to think a lot or research a lot. We've just got the flair. But I think when it comes to designing video and such, I think it's not fair if the fee is too low lah, because these are skill set, literal skill set. You take years
even
to do that.
copywriting, you said writing a post, right? Copywriting, they are paying, let's say 100 or 200 words.
Mhm.
Copywriting, of course, you have to go back and forth between you and the client for revisions, for you to, do the amendments or whatever.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, whatever that you gave them for the writing that you do, they only want to pay you 5 ringgit.
5 ringgit. I mean, if it's writing, I can tutup mata still lah. Anything under 30 words but good one, as in like there's a chance for engagement, for example. But sometimes internally we might not be able to produce that. For us, it's like kacang putih because we do this day in, day out. We kind of know how to do it. So I can tutup mata. But when it comes to asking us for videos, asking us for design, right, and they don't want to pay us, yeah lah, that one a bit sakit lah, because time has gone in. Yeah,
because there are a few of the videographers that I've engaged because they are external videographers or video editors.
Mhm.
So even that also they refuse to pay. They only pay 50%, and once the job is done, they just delay the rest of the 50%. Delay, they just keep delaying until in the end there's no payment. So I have to make the payment to the video editors. That is really such a bad practice for this kind of like big companies. They are kind of big, so it's bad practice and bad deal for them.
Okay, right, okay. Anything to add? I want to take on a question from the audience. I see something interesting there.
Those clients, I feel that they vary. Very much depending on where is the client from and how big they are. Some of them are too big. It's difficult for the person to make decision and all that. Some they are smaller. They are dealing with the direct decision maker. Then it's a lot easier to facilitate decision making, even payment. And thankfully, I have not come across any bad paymasters. Even though terms and conditions must be written clearly.
Yeah. And not only written, it must be communicated. Certain terms and conditions need to be highlighted. That's what I learned in 10 years. Yeah. So, Inbaraj, you look like you have something as well. You want to add?
About paymasters, not really. I'm very particular about the clients I work with. Because we're a small boutique agency. I work with very limited number of clients and projects per year. So if they're my regular clients, then I always go, out of my way to do things for them. But for new clients, I'm always very strict with my T&C as usual. And for social media, it's always payment upfront. So I do retainers. So I don't do like 50-50 and all that. For development and design and all is different. But if it's social media, it comes with a certain scope of work, payment upfront. So first of every month, I invoice them. So that means they pay first, then we do work. So end of the month, if they don't like it, they can always end the contract. So
Bye-bye.
that's how I will work so far. So because that
The
way
bye-bye
it's
works
easy
two
to.
ways. You can terminate as well.
Oh, yeah, I fire clients all the time. I
Yeah.
don't work with clients that I'm not comfortable with. Because
Yeah.
sometimes I know sometimes we want the project, we want the job, and I know a lot of agencies do that, right?
Yeah.
They're very desperate for the job, so they'll say whatever and they agree to any kind of terms the clients throw at them, which is why
Mhm.
sometimes the clients develop this attitude, right? Because they feel like people should bend down to them and just do whatever they demand.
Yeah.
But I
Correct.
don't think it should work that way. I think so. To me, I mean, if I agree to some ridiculous terms, then my team will end up suffering, right? Because they have to deliver.
Yeah.
So I have to make sure I protect my team as well. So when I talk to the client, I have to make sure that the scope is appropriate for the whatever money they're paying, right? So I always tell my clients straightforward, right? I mean, the amount of bullshit that I'm willing to put up with depends on how much you're willing to pay me. So if you pay me a lot of money, I mean, of course, big clients usually have a lot of demand. They have a lot of requirements. The back and forth. That's normal, right? They have like
Yeah.
10 different layers of approval they need to go through, the revisions and all that. It's fine as long as you're paying me that money that's appropriate, isn't it? So
Yes. Correct.
then I'm willing to put up with all the bullshit you throw at me. But if
Yeah.
you're paying me a small amount of money, then you'll be like, okay, then a bit less. This is the small amount of bullshit I'm willing to put up with.
Yeah.
If not, then it's bye bye. Then I can always work at another client. So I
Yeah.
think that way we can also maintain our sanity as well.
Yeah. I think this is coming from a fellow designer or a video editor. Design and video editing takes hours to produce, not to mention deteriorating eyesight. Totally lah, this one. Sometimes the
Better
the
lighting.
fingers also aching already lah. Okay. Taking a question from Christopher Talk, yeah. Do you guys use third-party social media posting platforms? Oh, this is a good one. I want to manage things better, but in the end, missing out on native platforms' individual perks. Okay, who wants to take on this question? Adele, you as a trainer,
Okay. So
do you tell
for
people
social
to use?
media, yeah. So for social media, I mainly do Hootsuite just to manage the timing of the postings. However, as Christopher has actually mentioned, you do actually end up on the the perks of the platform, and you'll be able to see this mainly with Instagram, for example, because from all the apps that I have previously experienced with, the actual Instagram app, has all the tools that you do need, which I think is really, enough, to be honest, to be able to analyze and whatsoever, and also do your engagement from there as well. So what I do is I use Hootsuite to manage the timing of the postings, and essentially it serves as a notification back to me, also understanding that, okay, this, I have actually posted this, and keep in and be aware of the next hour or half an hour from that moment that I post, to be able to engage with the customers and audiences that come through in terms of the engagement. Yeah. So for sure, Hootsuite's good for your managing.
Yeah,
Definitely.
we use Hootsuite as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it helps with the scheduling and
Yeah.
planning your content. But of course,
Exactly.
you can't do everything there. So you have to always be connected to the native apps as well.
Yeah.
Like Adele said, you can schedule your content, you can plan it ahead. And also it's easy when you work in a team. So you know what your team are putting in, you can monitor their work, you can do corrections. So before, the content goes out, you can do a double checking and all that. But once it goes out live, like we don't manage comments through Hootsuite because it's not very user friendly, the interface. It's easier to manage comments and all directly on the Facebook app itself. So you have to use both. So in terms of access, sometimes if you don't have a paid account, then maybe there's limited access and all that. So that one you have to work with your team how you wanna manage the access for between the clients and your team and all that.
Mhm. Okay. Kamarul, you replied Agora Pulse.
Yeah. Okay. To reply this Christopher talk, he was asking whether any of us use the third party. So he mentioned Agora Pulse. I have this one client who used Agora Pulse, and I managed to use it and play around with it and have the experience of using Agora Pulse, which I think is one of the good ones out there for the third party app. That what it does is that you can do what Hootsuite does, which is uh, what scheduling and then monitoring, and then one function that I like is the listening, where you can just set up a bunch of keywords related to the company the products that you're managing,
Mhm.
and then getting it to listen to all the keywords, meaning anybody that mentioned about, let's say, a product for a soap, let's say, a soap, and this app will just listen to that, and then what you can do is you reply back, especially in Twitter, because Twitter, you have all these words, everything is in text. So this Agora Pulse will be able to listen to those keywords, and you will be able to engage with the user, what they're saying, and then it's more personalized. It's like you are replying to the person to get more leads, in the end to get more leads, and then send them a link to the website or whatsoever. The client actually enjoy, I mean, not enjoy, but they appreciate this because we go the extra mile for them to do the listening, and we can also assign one of their staff as the editor or the admin or the moderator within the Agora Pulse app itself, and so that they can do their own monitoring, not just us. We just assign the keywords, but whatever that is mentioned, they can handle it. They can reply to the comment immediately. We can assign co-workers. They can just manage it themselves. So we set it up, they manage it themselves, and everything is automated. That's why I like to use Agora Pulse. I've used Zoho Social before as well. So it's similar to Agora Pulse. It's just that the price difference as well.
Agora Pulse is completely new to me. Brian, how about you?
Used to be a Hootsuite user, but now just Facebook Direct, minimize all the hassles of those relying on third party. After all, Facebook has evolved so much over the years. The tools that they had the Insight that came out, then the Creator Studio and all sort of things. Most of what you need is there already.
Yep. I like the publishing tools actually. So I'm not a big fan of third party because started 10 years ago, right? So around the first 3 years, 4 years like that, so many Hootsuites and all came about. It completely messed with all your scheduling. The moment Facebook changed something internally behind the scenes, everything ruined. So I don't enjoy third party software for this. But I'm quite traditionalist when it comes to doing social media management. Okay, Christopher Talk has responded. Yeah, wow. So Hootsuite for analytics, timing, while Agora Plus for listening, responding. While Facebook has evolved so much, as Brian mentioned. Thanks so much, guys. Wonderful. Okay. I would like to share another grouse of mine. A lot of personal grouse here. What do you guys think about when you see a company or a HR department of a company putting out ads or recruitment requests for social media managers, and they say nonsensical things like 2 years of experience with abilities to read big data analytics and all this. What do you guys feel about the HR's current understanding of what a social media manager is about?
I think HR post usually does not make sense in the first place.
Okay, I'm not shooting any of my HR friends, but this is reality. This is reality. When it comes to the digital scope, right? Every time I read a JD, right, I don't know to laugh or to cry or wonder if my skill set is so far out, because even me, I can't apply for that job as an SMM.
Look at the web developer job postings and see what sort of language requirement they need.
Oh yeah, 4-5 kinds of language which probably nobody use anymore.
Copy and paste, I guess, probably old one.
I think we really need to do like a symposium or a forum, right, to educate these HR people when it comes to digital marketing. Their JD is a bit nonsensical. And
I think it's because they don't have somebody in-house to advise them. I think if they have a proper social media department, then like the HOD or a manager should be able to advise them what kind of scope they're looking for, what kind of person they're looking for. But probably if you don't have a social media team and your boss just tells you, okay, look for a social media person, and then
you copy and paste.
Like Kazwan said, they probably just copy and paste from somewhere. Because they don't know how it works. They don't know what's the requirement, what they need to be.
But it's time they step up, you see. It's time they step up, because social media is not new anymore in the industry. It's a requirement for honestly all companies now, right?
Yeah.
And then the thing about salary
scope. They shouldn't.
Yeah.
all companies shouldn't hire social media people in-house.
No, they shouldn't. But they should.
No.
I like that.
Take us.
But they
We should discourage
be
them. We
aware.
should discourage them from hiring in-house people. Tell them how expensive it is. Tell
Yeah.
them one person cannot do social media manage. If one person can
Correct.
handle social media marketing, that's
Yes.
just stupid. It doesn't work.
Yes.
Very smart, are you?
Yeah.
One
Absolutely.
person can try. One person can try,
Yeah.
but it never
Yeah.
works.
It's
And usually
Yeah.
that's how a lot of people
multi-skill set.
suffer. A lot of people
Yeah.
get hired for this kind of jobs. Obviously, people need jobs, so they will apply for any jobs that is
Correct.
there, right? So if somebody
Correct.
says, I want a video editor, graphic designer, copywriter, all in one, I'm sure people will apply for that job too because they
Don't-
need that money.
Don't even
But
mention the salary. The salary is like 3K for all
Oh,
these
that's a
creative
lot.
skill sets.
Yeah,
All these
that's a lot.
creative skill sets. You can't achieve your KPI.
There are people earning 1,500 for all that as well.
Oh my
And the
God.
market is, quite bad.
Yeah.
So, but that's, we can't really blame them if people are desperate for jobs. They will take any jobs that come their way, right?
Yeah.
They can't be beggars, can't be
I'm
choosers.
concerned, yeah, but what I'm concerned about is the HR's expectation, the set KPI. And yeah, it's very pitiful for digital marketers who come in and honestly, when they are interested in the field, there are a lot of people interested in this field. The digital marketing field is so sexy. They go around wondering, should I get a certification? Have you guys come across this kind of questions? Should I get a certification? Should I attend a masterclass for digital marketing?
Yeah, I mean, so personally, I do a lot of training as well. And now if you do actually, if you're very much aware, like everywhere you go and take up a course in Malaysia, every workshop gives you a certification, e-cert, physical cert, whatsoever. That's a bit of a perk and to as well to encourage users to come and join the workshop. From that aspect, but sometimes there's no credibility in that certification. However, because people are so like, oh, I just got this certificate, they're like, okay, I'm willing to take the certificate and just go apply for a job. But
Yeah.
the credibility of that certification is it can be even nil, for example, and that kind of thing. So I do actually come across a lot of that, especially like previous students as well, who they say like, I want to take up this course, is there a certification? But that's the thing though, sometimes you don't need that certification to actually tell you the value that for example. It comes down to your experience, what you have done for clients, for example, what you do on your own and practice every day as well. So I definitely agree with that. And I do have to say, like, regarding the entire HR aspect, the lines are very blurred. Just like Inbaraj mentioned, many companies want to hire one social media manager to handle so many different aspects. But in reality, that's 5 different roles where 5 different people should take up. So definitely there's a blurred line there. Yeah.
Yeah. Brian, you're smiling very broad for like 2 minutes already.
Yeah, people ask me to smile. Anyway,
How cute. Okay.
anyway. Yeah, but basically it's like what all of you mentioned.
So I like this comment here.
Yeah.
It's something, it's not that I don't trust a certification or these cult gurus and all this, but I do feel that if you are going around looking for just a digital marketing certification, my personal advice would be try to be more of a specialist, because honestly, it's just too much things. Then build your experience. Don't go crazy about trainings and going for every damn class they are out there.
Yeah.
Just find one that you like. For example, maybe you're good at taking videos. Figure out how to take very good videos, then start something there, build your experience with videos. Then you learn YouTube SEO, right, Brian? There's something like that, YouTube SEO. You'll learn some kind of a copywriting, and then you move it onto a blog or something. I don't know, but what I'm saying is, don't go, if you are listening in and you are an aspiring digital marketer or an aspiring social media manager, I guess what I'm saying is it's more important to have the experience. Yeah.
From what I see, don't mind I chip in on this part. The content part, there's no fixed way to do everything. Every industry, every niche, your target market, they will behave differently. Just between your target market, if it's mostly guys, they behave differently from girls. And and all where are they from alone decides what kind of content you produce.
So in Barrage, in terms of an agency, right? Would you hire your hiring process? Would you hire someone with certs, digital marketing certs, or would you prefer to look at their experience, for example?
I don't give a shit about certs. I
Yeah.
don't even hire web designers based on certs, programmers. It's not only social media, entire, my agency. I always hire people based on your portfolio.
Right.
So I never look at the degrees. I don't even remember most of the time where my staff like studied from, which university they come from. I don't care. I only remember the portfolio I've seen when I hired them. So it's always based on their, especially for designers, developers, you definitely have to come with portfolio. I want to see what kind of work you've done before. Even if you're a fresh graduate, if you've never done any freelance work or you don't have assignments and all during college, then probably you didn't really do well in college anyway, right? They probably just bullshit through college. The really proactive ones, students, right? You can easily differentiate. Even the proactive ones, they would have done freelance work. They would have done, for some society. They would have built some website for these people, for some
Correct.
NGO. They always have a portfolio even before they graduate. So that's the kind of people you can. I've actually hired a lot of people who never even completed college, right? College dropouts, purely based on the quality of their work. A lot of them, they quit school because of financial situation and all that. But when you look at their work, it's incredible. So purely based on that, I would hire them, right? I think certs for social media, we don't
I'm
even
not
have
saying
like
it's
degree
not
program for
important.
social media, right?
Yeah,
So-
they don't have a degree program. That's the thing.
So all this,
Yeah.
so all these certs and all that, I don't think it's very necessary. A lot of these things can be self-taught. Everything I do now, for the past 15 years, it's been self-taught. My expertise is totally something. I'm from a different industry, so I can easily train people when I hire them. So I would rather hire people with the right attitude, the attitude to learn. People who are very proactive. That sometimes first, second interview, you can figure it out if this person will fit the team, and then we hire them, we train them. Based on certs, I don't really believe in hiring people based on certs.
Yeah. I'm from the right now. I'm from the education line. I do coaching also, like Adele and all that. I do believe you can improve your knowledge and learn faster when you learn with a teacher or a guru or whatever you want to call the person. But don't go crazy looking for certs. Yeah,
I think
do
I think if
something
you
with
want to
the
learn
knowledge
specific
first.
skills, that's more important.
Specific
Like you said,
skills,
Yeah.
exactly.
video
Just the
editing. So you
digital
want to learn video
marketing
editing,
umbrella. Yeah, yeah,
copywriting. See, copywriting is a very
correct,
valuable skill. Not everybody can do proper copywriting.
correct.
Anybody can write, right? I mean, read and write. We all can do that. But
Mm.
copywriting is totally different. So people don't realize that.
Yeah.
They think like, oh, I can update my Facebook. That means I can update Facebook someone else. No, it doesn't work that way, right?
No, yeah,
Copywriting is a totally different beast. So you have to
correct.
learn that. So that's a skill you can actually go for a workshop, learn proper copywriting skills, how to do marketing type of writing. So those kind of skills, if you have, it's very useful. PR, if you have gone for PR coaching, PR
For the-
skills are very valuable when you're managing social media on behalf of client. Having PR knowledge is amazing. So if you have those kind of skills, those are valuable. So if you never learned that in college, you can always go for a workshop or a short course to learn those kind of skills, right? But just
Correct.
having a cert in social media marketing, I don't think it means that much because we don't know what they learn during that whatever program they went through.
Yeah.
Because there's no specific
Post on
skills.
Facebook only.
Post on
I
Facebook.
mean, I do social media marketing workshops as well, but
Yeah,
it's
same
very
as me.
general because what I do is I don't run trainings to create social media marketers. What I'm doing is training for entrepreneurs who can't
Yeah.
afford to hire social media marketers, right? So very basic
Same,
social media
same.
marketing so
High
that they can do it themselves.
Exactly.
Those kind
No,
of stuff. Yeah.
for me, it's very important to understand the core, understand the features that have been given to us by Instagram and Facebook. A lot of them just dive in, want to do all these big games, want to run a campaign, want to run a contest, but they don't know the fundamentals. So I'm not saying it's wrong to go for a digital marketing course, but I'm saying I think what's more important in the workforce right now is a little bit of a specialization. Like
Yeah.
Kamarul, you are a graphic designer, right?
Mhm.
Through my years of experience, I work with so many graphic designers, and it's a skill set that is very difficult to find. A good graphic designer is very difficult to find.
Yeah,
So
and also those graphic designer that have the same vision as you, meaning they can understand what you want, and they can just create the design based on what you just mentioned to them. Just telling them what you want, they can just visualize what you want, and they understand you. So that is the kind of the graphic designers that that I can say are very skillful and easily understand the needs of their clients.
Yep. Betul.
I think the graphic
Yeah.
design talent skill aside, the creativity comes in as well. Because like Kazwan said,
Yeah,
you can always
yeah,
give a brief. You can give a brief to somebody, and
definitely.
then they can create exactly what you ask them to create. Or
Yep.
if you tell them, hey, this is the brief, go crazy. Then you see
Yep.
what kind of creativity they can. So I like graphic designers who can interpret the brief and come up with
Mm.
different concepts on their own, right? Then I have choice.
Yeah, yeah.
So I like it when my staff blow me like blow my mind. When
Yep.
I look at their work and I go like, whoa, amazing. I immediately want to show that to a client. That's the kind of stuff that I like to have in my team.
Correct.
So it's very subjective. I mean, it's creative work, right? Creative work is
Yeah.
very subjective. So I
Yeah.
think if you're leading a team, it's also very important for you to have that experience as well. To how to coach the team, how to manage the team, how to make sure they can do better instead of doing the whole A, B, do B. I think those kind of things are a bit doesn't work.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you guys because like when it comes to design, it's so subjective that just like how in terms of writing, everyone can write, but it's a similar concept. Everyone can design, but it doesn't necessarily mean that that design actually if probably it fall true or something. So in terms of it, creating a vision and keeping it in line with the brand that you are creating for, I think that's very difficult because again you're not just incorporating your creative aspect, but you're also trying to incorporate the brand's aesthetic and the brand tone to it as well. So there's a lot more aspects that go into that. So even personally, when I am going to, like, for example, outsource the work when it comes to design, I'm very skeptical because the person I do want to outsource it has to be good. It's not somebody
Mhm.
who's exploring at the moment, because that defeats the entire purpose of the back and forth communication and stuff like that. So I do actually agree with you guys. Yeah.
Ryan, I see you thinking.
Yeah, no, just listening. That's okay.
Okay. Christopher has got a good comment as well. Um, Talking about the future, we don't want to keep teaching when one day digital marketing may become an actual subject in school. Well, they are already teaching coding. I'm not saying coding is digital marketing, but I think it is an element, right, of things. So I don't see why not. It can be part of communication. It can be part of marketing. Social media is quite diverse. It can be part of art, for all we know. Graphic design can be part of that. So yeah, I kind of like what Chris has to say. Okay, let's talk about something a little bit different. For let's say, how do I put this? We've been talking a lot about what a social media manager is doing, does, and things like that. What can the client expect of us? We've been bitching so much about the client is not this and that, but what about a client that engages us? What can they expect from us? Putting pay aside, what are the roles or what are the job scopes of an SMM? Yeah, who wants to take this? Inbaraj, you start first. Let's say they decide to hire an agency. So it's agency versus freelancer versus an internal hire, right? So let's say they want to hire an agency. What can be expected?
I think that's very subjective because it depends on the agency as well. Not every agency provides everything, right? Uh, for example, like for me, we can build websites, we can build an app for you, we can do a whole social media campaign to promote all these things,
Yep.
landing page and all that. There are agencies out there that purely only manage social media. They don't even build landing pages. Then you
Mm-hmm.
need to hire somebody else to do that. They don't build websites. So it also depends on what kind of services you can provide. For
Mm-hmm.
clients, then it comes back to how much they can afford, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and also what resources they have. So some
Mm-hmm.
clients they already have certain resources, right? They have sometimes in-house marketing people to come up with the strategies, or they have a in-house graphic design guy from a previous project who's just sitting there doing nothing now, and then they want to park that person into this project. So
Mm-hmm.
then it always comes down to the first meeting, right? I think that discussion is always very important. Being very clear about what the client has and what they want and what
Mm-hmm.
we can provide as a social media team or social media agency, or even if you're a freelancer, you also have
Yep.
to be very specific about over promising is a bad thing. Never over promise to clients just to win a job. It's
Wonderful.
okay to lose that job. If
Yeah.
you can't, you can't deliver, you don't have the resources, don't take the job. Leave it for somebody else. I mean, there's a slice of pie for everybody, right? You don't have to be very greedy and want to take everything. That's why a lot of projects have a lot of issues. Sometimes you
Mhm.
overpromise, you take something that you bite something more than you can chew,
Okay, okay,
and
true.
then it fails, and then clients go like, oh, social media marketing doesn't work,
Yep.
and then the next guy has to come and convince them that it works if you do it
Mm.
properly. So I think that's
Mhm.
very important. I've rejected a lot of projects because I know I can't handle it, because
Yeah.
what the client wants is not something I can deliver, or it's not something that excites me.
Mhm.
Sometimes the client might have too many resources, and they just kind of want you to just help their in-house team to do things. I'm like, no, I'm not interested, right? I want to work with
Mhm.
my team. I don't want to
Yeah.
run your team. So if you already have an internal team, then you handle it. If you give the project to me, then my team will do the work. So it's very
Yeah.
difficult. I even had a project where they had 4 different agencies updating one Facebook page.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So the question was,
Politician. Ah. Sorry.
it's a big corporate, right? So I'm like, so what's the unified strategy here? Who does the
Yeah.
overall strategy? If you
Yeah.
have 4 agencies updating content on the same Facebook page, who handles the overall strategy? And so there's no unity there, no unified direction. 4 agencies will do 4 different things. I'm like, why am I
Yeah.
in that middle, in the middle of this mess? So if
Yeah.
I can't have more control, then I'd rather not be part of it, right? I'd rather
Yeah.
do something else. So
Yeah.
but I think a lot of like you said, social media is still very new. Even a lot of big corporates don't know, how this works. So I think that education part is very important. I know it takes a lot of time, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's worth it if you educate the clients properly. Tell them what they should be doing, then they might work with you, better as well.
Yeah.
But it may not be worth the time, lah, right, to do that with everybody. So you kind of have to pick and choose your battle, lah.
Yep.
Certain clients you deserve to. So usually, if it's a client that I've known for a long time, I worked with different projects, and now they
Mhm.
want to do social media, then I don't mind going that extra mile.
Mm.
Giving them the right education, consulting properly, so that they know what they are, going into.
Yep.
But if it's a client that I
Exactly.
don't know, first timer, and then they want to learn all these things, I may not have the time to lie on them, lah. So it's very subjective.
Yep. Brian?
Yeah, that's pretty much about managing expectations, because typically when we talk to potential clients, some of them, they can be quite demanding. They want daily posts,
Mm.
and they don't want to pay a lot. I mean, okay, let's not use the word a lot, but
Mm.
let's just say they don't want to pay a reasonable sum. You
Mm.
guys know, content, you cannot be text all the time. Text alone is a copy, right? Then you have to figure out whether it's a product or service, how to get the artwork to go align with it. And some of them, when you ask them questions like, what's your direction for this month or this quarter, they can't give you a proper thing. You have idea, but it's
Mhm.
beyond your pay scale to go that amount, and it's not within your control too, right? I mean, you have the idea.
I'm
I'm not
laughing
part
so
of your,
much.
right? You have the idea, but you are not part of their payroll. So, and you are not in the direction to you're not in the role to direct them this and that. So yeah, stay quiet. Then I'll keep the idea for something else some other time.
You're right.
Yeah. Kamarul, go. Go for it.
Again, I have something to say, one.
Say it. Luahkan perasaan.
Sometimes when we okay, your initial question was about what do they expect from us, right?
What
Sometimes
can
we
they
give
expect
them
from an SMM?
what can, or in this case is like what they really want from us. It's like
Mm.
we try to give them what they want, but they're asking for the moon, the planet, the sun, the stars, everything. They're asking for all of that, and sometimes I have to just tell them to stop, uh, take a step back, and plan what you really want. And by doing so, you are clear on your directions, on your ideas, and on your content. Even the simple things like artwork, graphics, even the color scheme that you want. Because when there's one client that I had, it's like they asked for a lot of things. I said, okay, you got the social media platform. Okay, we got to do the daily posting. We got to have the artwork done, and they'll be asking a lot more things. Like, okay, I want video. I want 3 videos in a day, and I want uh, all the
Three
ridiculous
videos.
things. Okay, I want you to shoot a video and then a logo. I want you to redesign a logo. I said you already have a logo, but you want a logo for something else, for a
For an
different
event,
side,
for example. Yeah.
a different subject altogether. But using their logo, but amend their logo, do something else. So
Mm.
they'll be asking for the moon, the stars, the sky, the whatever. They'll be asking all that. So I have to back up and just take a moment out and tell them, okay, enough. If you want to do this, okay, you have to just plan properly and do it the right way, not to just asking for everything at all at once. No, sometimes it's a headache working with these kind of people because they have too much ideas in their head. They have too much things that they want to do, that they just throw everything at you.
Nature
So
of a
it's like,
business owner.
Yeah.
Yeah, business
so
is very
it was
exciting.
a headache. It was a
Yeah.
big headache lah. So I have to just stop them and then okay, never mind.
Mm.
I actually like took the time off and then not contacting them. 1 week later, they come to me. Okay, then only they will go to their. I mean, they go to the initial plan of execution. One at a time. What we planned earlier. Then
High
only they.
pace.
I just have to ignore them for a while. Then only they can follow through.
Okay. And
I
Adele?
think I believe we
Sorry?
have enough clients to go around, right? So
Yeah.
sometimes we just don't need the
Well,
headache. I think
actually,
sometimes we just don't need the headache.
Yeah.
Yeah,
very,
yeah.
I,
You
yeah.
feel like okay,
That's so
that's it.
true.
Bye bye.
Yeah, I feel like similar to the HR aspect in which there's no specific route as to what social medias do. I think there's also a blurred line amongst or between clients as well, because some clients come up to you and they say, "I know what I want from you. This is what I want," and then you can have a direction of where you want that conversation to go or that meeting to go. But then some clients don't understand what it entails. And then they come to you and then they're like, okay, so I want this and this and this, but that's just not the point of the meeting after all, because they're asking you for a specific thing. And then again, like what has said, that it's asking for the moon and the stars and whatsoever. So you kind of have to put them in their place to say like, okay, so this is how it works in a way. But then again, you're forking out way more time explaining to them about the whole concept before nailing them down, that kind of
Exactly.
thing. Yeah, exactly. So it's quite.
give it a month, and then they'll forget what you said, and they'll go back to their usual self, their true self. But that's where Imbaraj is right to say that we have to keep educating them. I feel that
Yeah.
that was a major part of my role back then, to educate them.
I consider that as charity.
To me,
I
the
mean,
consultant part
to
of
me,
the job
yeah.
lah. Yeah,
No, I mean,
but
to me,
yeah,
it's fine, right? I mean,
it's
if we
fine too.
educate the
Yeah,
client and then after that they go and hire somebody else, I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah,
I'm cool
actually,
with
I'm
that.
fine with that as well.
Because
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, if it's gonna help them to do better, fine.
Mm.
They can go hire somebody cheaper
But
or somebody
now,
better
lucky for
than
the
me.
second person, that the client is now more experienced in what they need. So
Yeah,
usually when
but I
I
think
when,
it's
yeah,
good for the ecosystem. So
yes, it's good
if you
for the
think of it,
ecosystem.
yeah, I mean,
Exactly, that's what it is.
end of the day, we are not only building our own businesses, right? We're also in a way
Yeah,
responsible to build the industry as well.
the industry.
So
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's
if
true.
we only think about our own business, our team, our own company, then the
yeah,
industry is not going to expand. So I think it's
yeah.
in a way it's also our responsibility to make sure that our ecosystem it becomes better, right? So if we all put that little bit extra effort to educate the clients, if your education helps me when they come to me, or if
Yeah.
me educating a client helps one of
Welcome,
you
Imbaraj.
if they go to you,
Yeah.
I think end of the day we all, like I said, right, there's a slice of
Yeah,
the pie for everyone.
correct.
So sometimes I think that's what I really learned over the last 15 years, right? Not only social media per se, creative work as well.
Mm.
I think there's always clients to go around. There's so many businesses in Malaysia. We've only probably met a small percentage of
Small
potential
sliver.
clients out there. So if we too much headache over trying to nail every single people we meet, I think it won't work. So
Yeah,
we probably have to have our own SOPs, our own procedures. I'm sure we all have, how we meet a client, how we do it. Like
Yeah.
I have my way of from the first contact with a
managing them.
potential client. Yeah, so I have a list of things that I do. So if you don't check any of it, then you're out. So and I don't
Correct.
regret losing those clients. I don't like, oh, the first thing check out, yeah, rejected. But I'd rather spend that time on somebody else, right? And if
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
person that I
yeah.
rejected, if I don't even want to meet them, fine, they can go meet somebody else and run a campaign with someone else.
Better
end
not
of the
deal with the
day-
headache lah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
So it's not Geraldine, Adele, Kamaro, Brian. We're fine, okay, and Baraj, whoever you reject, we reject as well. We are the same mindset.
No, but sometimes rejecting is not necessarily because they're not good enough or they're a
Yeah.
bad client or what. Sometimes, like you said, the
The
vibe
fit.
is not right.
The fit is
Yeah.
not there.
You may not gel. Or
Yeah,
they
exactly.
might be a big client with a lot of money, but they might have very strict guidelines in terms of brand and all that. And I feel like I can't really do much with them. Like I have a client now,
Yeah.
they're a 100-year-old American brand. They have very strict brand guidelines and all that, but they do allow certain flexibilities. So I enjoy
Local
working with them
leeways,
because so certain projects they go like, okay, follow exact brand guidelines, and certain projects I'm like, okay, can I do something different? And they're like, okay, go ahead. So when you have a client like that, they're flexible, they can work with you, they give you the creative freedom, then you enjoy working with them. I enjoy billing them as well, but I enjoy
Yeah.
working with them. So I think
Yeah.
that's important,
Yeah.
right? If not,
Bottom line is
if-
that we are looking for long-term clients, right?
Yeah.
so I think that's the most important, because you want to enjoy working with a client. Then I don't mind going out of the way to do things for them, free things for them, because I know I enjoy working with them. I think that's very important to build that
It's like a
relationship over
win-win.
time. Yeah, so I've had clients I worked with for more than 10 years now. So you build a relationship along the way, and sometimes even if they go away after a few years, they come back. So I think the
Yeah.
relationship in the end is more important. I'm not the cheapest one around either, right? So a lot of my clients, sometimes they try different projects with different agencies and then they come back, because I think the price sometimes does not matter. The relationship, the quality of work, I think that
The ease
sometimes
of
matters more.
communication. The ease of communication is, you can't put a price tag on that.
Yeah, that's true. That's something that's garnered along the years and stuff as well. And definitely regarding the education part, it's a matter of like, if at all the client is genuine enough to actually understand the concept, then you yourself want to feel like, okay, I don't mind spending that effort in trying to help you as well. But there's also that aspect where there's too much ego and too much expectations, not enough budget. It's like all not checking any of the boxes, and then the expectancy is just super high. So that comes down to like, if any of us would take it, no, sorry, unfortunately. Yeah.
Usually what I do for a first time client or something like that, I usually will ask them, what exactly do you want out of your social media? They usually will say sales. So first thing, I want sales lah. What's more I want? Okay, so okay, chill, calm down. Every business owner wants sales, right? But this is social media marketing. So it's a channel. It's a channel, like you putting your thing on a billboard, on TV3, whatsoever. So you got to understand that. So we tweak that knowledge first and foremost, and then I will keep on going back to the objective. State for me very clearly what's the objective. So if you feel like this is an avenue for branding, an avenue for PR, great, we can do a good job, because content-wise will flow that way. Once in a while you throw in a promotion, then it'll be like a marketing, dissemination of information. Great. Then those are the things that you can expect out of me as a social media manager lah. Yeah. My agency is not as diverse as Imbaraj. So we don't do video. So there are limitations which I will share across and ensure that, okay, but if you need this service, I know how to partner and connect with someone else who works very well with me. So I will say things like that. So at least they know lah. They know that X price that they're paying, they might have to add on Y price for video or for a large printout poster, as opposed to social media version of design.
Yeah.
So that's the expectation. And even sometimes I will actually put for them, right? I might have to buy stock photos, stock images, because your industry, you cannot take a photo of your customers. For some weird reason, no customer photos, but you want human face. So I'll quote them a stock photo price as well. So it goes down to like so in detail sometimes, even the initial discussion. Yeah, so that's how I did it back then, to just communicate well with my clients, my potential clients.
For me, how I get talk to client will be the idea is to give them value from our service. So, and like as what Jerry mentioned, you have to guide them that this is social media marketing. We are not the part doing sales, but we can get people to notice you to lead to your sales. How or who closes the sale, that is up to you to up to your, let's say it's a restaurant, right? We can market all we want, but in the end, if your offering is not attractive, you insist on putting an expensive price tag on your food, then it still will not look attractive, you see.
Or your
Sometimes, yeah.
bottom line, your food didn't taste good, but the images on social media is beautiful. It's still not justifiable to bring in your sales. So,
Yes.
so that's the part we've got to manage
I think
from the beginning, I guess.
the conversion always falls back to the client.
We have to
Because
state that very upfront. Yeah.
even a website, right? You can send a lot of leads to a website or landing page,
Yeah.
but if you didn't design the landing page or the website is shitty, and the client asks you why nobody's buying my product, it's like I already sent people to your website, right? My job is done.
Yeah.
So if somebody reaches your website and then they don't buy your product, then the problem is with your
Oh,
product or your
I've got
pricing
so many experiences.
or your
Yeah.
design. Yeah. So sometimes
Yeah.
no, but I think sometimes clients don't realize it. They feel
Yeah,
like,
they don't
oh,
realize the connection.
why
Yeah.
nobody's buying my product? So they don't
Yeah.
realize that we have done our
Mm.
job. We've sent the leads, and then the reason why they're not buying is not because of us, because we already sent
Yeah.
you. We don't have control over, why they're not clicking add to cart or why they're not clicking checkout.
Correct.
So
But the
that
Correct.
unless
perception is
you are doing the whole
there.
thing, right? Unless I'm handling the website as well, then it's different. Then
Yeah.
it's my
Correct.
responsibility to make sure the website is designed properly, it's optimized.
Yeah.
We've done our A/B testing and all that. So, like I said, right, the education part comes in. Then you have to continuously tell client. Like, one of our clients last year, they made a sale of almost 500 million ringgit. 90% of their leads came from their Facebook. So, but I always tell my client, right, my job was to send the leads. I done my job. You guys close the sales. So it's a good team effort, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I can't close the deal for them. I can't
Yeah.
close deals worth 500 million ringgit for them because that's not the industry that I'm in. I don't have the
Yeah.
expertise. They've done their job, a great job, right? Closing that much of deal. I was like very impressed with the numbers.
Yeah.
And then when I looked back, okay, fine, we did our job. 90% of their leads came from Facebook, and then the other 10% came from their road shows and physical stuff. So, and that's in an industry where generally it's known that Facebook doesn't work or social media doesn't
Ah,
work.
brilliant.
So,
Good job done.
so I feel like if you do your job well, right, and like I said, right,
Yeah.
managing expectation, the clients know what you can do, and you know what your client can do. I think it's that creating that relationship is very important.
Harmony.
If not,
Yeah.
then there's always a lot of miscommunication, misunderstanding. Clients might think that you need to deliver certain thing which is actually out of your scope, and then you might be thinking, hey, it's not my job, it's the client's job. But if you don't have that open communication, you don't have that clear understanding, then this problem will just keep recurring. It just keep coming back. So
Yeah.
that
Cycling
communication
it
between
around.
us and the clients are very important, I think.
Yeah, it's crazy important. Yeah, crazy important. Okay, we've passed the 10 p.m. mark. Thank you so much. So many of you who have taken part, participated in our discussion tonight. Nizaruddin, your first time watcher. Hi, thank you for watching Shine at 9. Tonight is special, interesting because it's a big show. Super happy to find people with similar thoughts on digital marketing scene in Malaysia. Have you considered repurposing? Oh, this is a question for me then. I can always download a podcast version. I haven't really done that. But yeah, thank you for the suggestion. I will download the podcast version. What I do with it, I have no idea yet. And Chris, thank you again for your comment here. I feel like I'm in a social media marketing anonymous group. Shh, don't tell anybody. We should have more of this. Thank you. I know quite a few controversial thinkers as well in this industry. Maybe we can do part 2, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
you need to bring Chris. He got a lot of big clients. He does a lot of awesome projects. We need to hear from you as well.
Wonderful.
Chris is a
We
big
need to learn.
fan here.
We also need to
Okay,
learn from the
okay.
big tycos of the industry.
Can. Then you guys can take over my show, be the host, and I'll sit back and listen this time. Okay, so it's time to say goodbye. Before I leave you guys, I'm going to ask you a question. For 2 of you, I'll ask you the same question, and another 2, I'll ask you the same question. Yeah. For Adele and Kamaro, can you? What's the one thing you want to leave the audience with tonight, from the aspect of a social media manager?
Okay. From an aspect of social media manager, I would say is to understand the terms of what social media manager entails, what specifically they do, and also to be able to find a specific niche, because under social media there's still so many different aspects that you can explore, such as content creation. You can even explore copywriting, for example. So find a specific niche and work on that, and advance in that aspect, because at coming up to right now where we are in terms of advancement in Malaysia in terms of digitally, we are always looking for more experienced social media managers, and finding a specific niche to work with is really well as well. So I would definitely say that. Yeah.
Okay, and yourself, Kamaru, advice?
Oh, um, before this, we come from the traditional marketing where you just go out, meet people, or using publications to uh, sell your products or whatsoever. But nowadays is everything social media, everything digital marketing. So I would say that this is the time where everyone or every single business out there should look into and start looking into getting your business from offline into online. If you're selling retail products offline, this is a time where you go online, especially now during the pandemic where everybody is staying home. It is a really good time to start your business online and use digital marketing, social media, and every single thing that you can think of that is using the internet, everything online. And of course, engage us if you need some help, to market your products or whatsoever. So we are open for, we are ready for this kind of so yeah, it's time to move online from offline to offline, offline to online. Yeah, that's one.
O to O,
So
either direction.
either direction, yeah, but
Either
but
direction, yeah.
social media is a new way of marketing basically. It has been like this since a few years, but now is the best time to start.
Okay. And my question for Imbaraj and Brian before we leave is, what would you advise companies who would like to hire an agency, external or internal social media managers? What would your advice be for them? Imbaraj, you go first.
Internal social media or external? Sorry.
Either one. As long as they're planning to hire a social media manager, what would your advice be for them?
Okay. If you're a company and you want to hire internal, you need to hire a team. You can't hire one social media manager or one intern to do this. If you are planning to do that,
No
I think
interns, please. No interns.
so if you want to do social media in house and then you're gonna start with one person, just scrap that idea. It's gonna fail. You're gonna burn a lot of money. You're gonna make a lot of mistakes, and you don't need to do that because a lot of people have made those mistakes for you. You can just learn from other people's mistakes. Hire a team. So if you can afford to hire a team of people, right, a graphic designer, a copywriter, a video editor, or at least an overall manager to come up with the strategies, and then a copywriter and a graphic designer. That's the basic. I always tell people you need at least 3 people to run a social media team. That's my minimum. Anything less than that, it's not going to work. You're going to get stuck, and then you have to end up hiring like freelancers and all that, which you'll end up spending more money. If not, it'll be always be cheaper to hire an external team. I mean, to hire a team like me or any of you guys, I don't think it's going to cost as much as hiring in 3 or 4 people in house. It's always cheaper to just outsource it to a team with the same capability. Then we can do the work for you, right? But be very clear about what you need before you hire an external team. It's good to have a brief. A lot of companies now don't even know how to do a brief, which is very sad. And it's a bit easier to educate people when they already kind of know at least a bit of what they want. So it's very easy. Just Google, learn how to make a brief, especially for creative projects. Even if it's not social media, even if it's a website or apps. If it's a creative project or tech, development, always learn how to do a proper brief so that the vendor or whoever is reading the brief will know exactly what to propose to you. If not, you'll be spending a lot of time trying to figure out what the client wants. And sometimes clients do that because they're fishing for prices, right? They just want to know your rates. There's no point in that. In creative work,
They
it
might
doesn't work
also
that way.
want to know your ideas.
I never give out ideas anyway. You
Yeah.
can ask me until I die. I'll never do that. So never give out ideas for free unless they are existing clients is different. But even the discussion itself, I think they must be very clear about what they want. Have a brief. Tell the vendors or the agencies exactly what they want, and the agencies can. And you can even give them a budget, right? I mean, this is how a lot of big companies work, because when it comes to, like I was saying earlier, right, creative work, there's no fixed price to it. You can't go like, you can't choose a vendor based on the cheapest price. You can't say, I want to do a website, 3 agencies, put in your code, I'll choose the cheapest guy. You're not
Oh
buying
man,
pipes, you're not buying
that will be
chemicals
another
for
episode, Imraj. That will be another episode.
yeah. You're not buying chemicals for factory. You're not buying fertilizers for farm. There's no fixed price to this. So it's always good to go with a budget and say, this is how much you're willing to spend on a website, on a landing page, on a campaign. This is how much you're willing to spend on a Facebook campaign. Propose ideas. I think that way the client will get better value, because now if I know exactly what's the budget, how much you're willing to spend, I can propose something, right? And you can propose something. Kazwan can propose something. Then the client can choose based on the ideas or proposal, at least an overall, right? Not the detailed idea, but an
Correct.
overall concept.
Yeah.
Then they go like, okay, this agency kind of have the right concept, and
Yep.
then you can engage them and then go with the details, discuss the details. I think that way the
Correct.
client will get value as well.
Correct too. Understood.
Right?
Ryan.
Yes, talking about hiring, especially internal, I have experience on this one, being that, okay, my agency does more on the IT scene, computer products, mainly like those from Taiwan. So we're already very familiar with the products. So basically, if they get us to handle stuff, we are ready to go. The knowledge is there, see. And that's why the cost is not just about money. It's about training people to know your product, your service. And when you engage a clueless one, you spend time. You need to spend quite a bit of time to get them to know or even get into your groove of what you are doing. And on another note, some brands, they think some brands they've engaged us before and we build up the brand, and after a while they decided, hey, let's get our internal staff to do it instead. After all, they are just posting what? Don't need to
Just
pay you.
posting one.
Just
Yeah,
posting what, right?
Mhm.
After 3 months, 6 months, you see silence. The brand does not
Oh,
move
yeah.
anymore. And people message the page, no response. Why? Because the person assigned left the job, didn't hand over, or perhaps there's change of management. And so basically, whatever you build up is just stagnated over there. And I think many companies do not look into this aspect. They think that it's just posting. This guy has been taking our money. So why not I just assign to, let's say, my Marcom or my sales guy to do this? After all, just responding. But what if they leave? What if they are busy or anything else? Then you don't have a dedicated person or team to handle that thing. What's your contingency plan for that? I think many do not have that. So
Yeah.
the gist of in a nutshell, what I'm saying is the cost is not just monetary. The cost is your time, your effort, and at some point the cost can be your company image. Okay, Jerry, your screen seems to be frozen. Hello, Jerry, are you still there?
To hire some experience. How come I am frozen, yeah? Am I moving?
Yeah, I've ended my.
Am I not? How come I'm frozen, yeah?
Yeah, jagged a bit.
Yes, how come? It doesn't like me once it's after 10:15, is it?
1 hour 15 minutes already.
Yeah, you're talking too long. My
Your
system is
internet
shutting me out.
already.
It's shutting me out. I think I have a couple of gamers in the house.
You are now a PowerPoint.
Huh?
You are now a slideshow already.
What? I'm on a slideshow. How is that possible?
You are like a slideshow now.
Oh, I'm like a slideshow. Okay, then I better say good night, bye-bye. No lah.
Okay, now it's quite normal already.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I actually heard both your points quite clearly. There's no jagged on my side, so sorry about that. Yeah.
Alright.
I think everyone here made a very, very good point. So basically, social media management, it's not really a child's play. It does take some kind of experience. We need to set our expectations right when we are trying to get involved with social media. And once we are on social media, it's a lifetime commitment, yeah? Not lifetime lah. As long as your business is in existence, we need to commit lah, right? Am I okay? Am I still like a slideshow? You guys are staring at me.
Oh, no, now it's okay already.
Normal already.
Okay, so surprisingly, we haven't really had major disagreement amongst the 5 of us. We have experienced almost the same things. It's a wonderful episode, and I have to thank the four of you for just agreeing within a snap. And you know, you guys got so excited over the concept of we are going to talk about. Hi, she's so pretty. We going to talk about some scandalous topics, just open sharing, nothing, no hold back kind of a conversation.
We already did that. I already did a live stream on.
I did watch you.
Internet Gurus.
Oh dear.
So okay, thank you so
can
much.
catch it on the Jiggy John show.
Yes, I do follow him as well. He's quite a crazy dude. All right, so Wednesday night, it's usually the hardest to get live viewership, and I thank the four of you. Our live viewership is quite good tonight, right? Adele, Kamarul, Imbaraj, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Audience, you've been amazing. Your participation is invaluable. And yeah, feel free to mingle and chat with each other off StreamYard, off the live program. See you guys back on Facebook and back on WhatsApp. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Ciao, ciao.
I actually forgot to mention about my Friday's program. Friday will be quite different as well because I have invited Imran Clyde from Nextdoor Communications, and he will be talking about a new topic, the new norm for people and place. Essentially, it's about place making. And why is the Friday's episode different? I will not be hosting. I will be passing over my seat to a friend. Kaide will be taking over my seat. So watch them on Friday, 9 p.m. Good night, guys.